Always pray for you. Yes! Some of us they go our separate ways. The good story we go they tell when we see again. Oh, how God bless me, bless you too. It's like I always pray for you, even if I fall from you. You can always be my heart, and it's not true, not true. Just wanna let you know, say whatever I do, it's like I always pray for you. No comot, making peace, never cease to power upon you. Whatever you do, I'm in love to see you through. Just wanna let you know, say whatever I do, yes, I will always pray for you, even if I far from you. You go always in my heart, not you. Just wanna let you know, say whatever I do, so I go always pray for you.
Welcome back to Sage Nail TV, where we analyze everything that has to do with women issues, relationship, marriage, culture. We bring out lessons that we can learn from this trending and important topic, even if they are historical topics, the topics of history, and then we see how we can immediately apply them to our lives, our communities, our nation, and ultimately the world. We do not just talk about trends, we analyze and bring out lessons and solutions from the world's happenings. And today we're doing an exception video. Now, this is a very important video, and it has to do with nation building. So not related to women particularly, but it was something that I had to pick up on to actually discuss here, and it's about Ayomikun's performance on The Voice, currently going on at the time of this recording. Okay, if you listened, if you watched the episode, if you listened to his voice and everything, you would know that this person, Ayo, came from, and that's what I'm going to, you've watched the performance already, so I'm going to talk about his life and three things that we have to note. You will know that he came from Ajegule, just like he shared, and he shared what the community norm is there. You finish school and you immediately go and just get a job because, hey, there's just that money to take you to the next level is not just there. And he shared how that wasn't for him, and he decided to take responsibility for his life. So there are three things that I want us to note. Number one is your life size cannot be bigger than your mindset. Your life size cannot be bigger than your mindset. It is very important. This applies. That's why I had to pick up this particular unique topic, because it applies to everybody, male, female. And if we learn these things, it's going to help our lives and our nations, yes, wherever it is you're watching from, to be better. A lot of times, a lot of people like to give excuses about where they grew up, what their parent did, what their mother is not doing, what their father is not doing. We are not even saying that those people do not have responsibility to but we're saying in the case where they are failed or they are failing, at least if you are over 15, if you're over 16, some people even younger than that, they've already started taking responsibility for their life. But at least from the age of 15, you should already start saying, no, I want different for myself, and start finding ways to achieve this. This was something that I admired, and well, it was very encouraging to see that because a person is raised in Ajegule doesn't mean that the person has to stay in the mindset with the flow of what is expected of him. Now is the time. Point number two to note is now is the time for Ayo to start building those value systems that will set him apart and make him an example, because I must say this, character is more important than skill. Fantastic performance by Ayo. Even you watched it yourself, and of course we know that the judges turned. It was amazing. But the thing is, a lot of times we do not like to build though, and this is an example to every other person in different parts of life that are at these discovery points where the world is beginning to notice them. Ayo is just a case study. Now, when you've gotten to the part where the world is beginning to notice you, it is important that you start reaffirming those value systems and the character that matters to you at that particular point in time. Because at the end of the day, these are the people that go on to go and become the influencers of our youth, the influencers of teenagers, and so on and so forth. So beyond, for me, I am concerned beyond Ayo's voice, fantastic voice, what are his value systems? What is the goal of his music? I believe that that is part of what the mentorship should do for him as well. The voice building and improvement is very important, but those things are very important as well, because we have seen in Nigeria and abroad, especially abroad, a lot of people, especially musicians, who go in great skill, but they get into bad influence, or they do not have a solid life and value system, and it begins to mess them up, whether it's with drugs, whether it's with lifestyle, whether it's with family life, whether it's with how they treat women, or even how women treat men, and so on and so forth. So these are things to consider. And of course, if you know Ayo, you're related to him, or if you know anybody in that season, just like I said, this is to everybody watching. Ayo is just a case study. It is time to begin to have that important conversation. A lot of these conversations we do not have right on time. When things now happen later in the future, people now begin running helter-skelter, like, oh, what should we do? No, we have to start being proactive, and that is why I am making this video for you. The final and the third point is breaking a community and family trend takes courage, and you can do that too. Yes, I'll say it again. Breaking a family and community trend takes courage, and you can do that too. You heard, okay, you didn't hear because I did not add that part to this video, but if you go on YouTube to watch the fuller edition of this particular episode, you would see that it was sharing about a particular trend of people finishing a level of education and not going further because they're now going to intern to do something, maybe become a intern for organizer, mechanic, whatever it is that they can, most likely because their parents are not able to take them further to the next level. Okay, but he decided to break this trend, and he did. Even if he never makes it to, which obviously we can see now that he moved to the next stage. Even if this was the only stage, the fact that he was able to break that mindset to say, it doesn't even matter what is going on, I'm going to be the exception. That is something that we should carry along, whether it's in relationship pattern, childbearing, whatever the case may be. You have to be determined to be an exception of what you see, and of course work towards it, which starts from the mindset within. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, share it with 2 people. Then do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe to watch interesting, important videos like this. You can also send me suggestions of the kind of videos that you would like to see me analyze. I will see you in my next video, or you can see me in my previous video. You can, for the ones that you've missed, that you actually need to check out and you need to get those lessons, I think you should make sure to check it out, and do not forget again to subscribe and come back, okay, for future videos. Check the description box for important information. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye.